Hello everybody and welcome to another Minecraft video brought to you by Rob's Mind, and today we are going to be checking out this awesome creeper farm that I have right behind me. It is fully automatic, it spawns creepers in it and it flushes them out. This was a suggestion left down in my comments section by Colton. Thank you very much for the comment and the suggestion. It has caused me a little bit of grief, however, because of the new spawning mechanics with spiders spawning in this thing all the time. But I have gotten that resolved now, and how this works is the creepers will spawn on the pads for about 1 minute or so. After that, we will get a flush of water coming through, sending all the creepers down into our collection area. We'll funnel them down into a single block chamber, where they will sit on top of a magma block until they burn to death. But then we will get all their drops through a hopper minecart, and down through a hopper into our chest. As you saw just a second ago, some of them do get hung up on the half slabs, but it has not been much of an issue for me because I've found that on the next go-round they do tend to wander a block or two, and then they get flushed out of the system properly. So as you can see, this is collecting all of these creepers. They're all getting down onto this and collecting all the drops quite nicely. I have seen a lot of YouTubers put on there where they push the magma block down into the hopper minecart with a piston, but some people complain that this crashes their realm, so I just wanted to leave it the old school way. You lose a block height, but one block in a project this big is not that big of a deal. So that's enough showcasing this thing, and I will get right into it, and I will show you guys the materials that you're going to need to start off building this. So now I'm going to show you what we're going to need. We're going to take a look in this chest real quick, and just to be clear, this is going to be for the bottom section. This will be a hopper, a rail that'll be temporary, one hopper minecart, 2 chests, 1 magma block, 13 stacks of glass plus 2 blocks, and 2 water buckets to create an infinite water source. Now the glass, you can use any block that you would like, and like I said, this is just going to be for the bottom funnel collecting system. So if you have a better design or idea for that in mind, go ahead and build yours instead. But we're going to start out double chest, hopper running into that, place a rail on the hopper minecart on top of the rail. Then you have to break the rail out and add these blocks in to just kind of keep it frozen into place, so you're not nudging this thing around, knocking it off center. After that, we're going to build this up 6. I would suggest just going ahead and placing your magma block in, 1 block right above that hopper minecart. I forget to right here, so I will have to break this thing up and do it in a second. But here we go. Get this built up. That should be a 6 tall tube from the ground. So from your chest up to the top is 6. And then I'm going to go down here and break the block right above that hopper minecart. Place the chest or the magma block on top of it. Then I'm going to actually break that glass block, and I'm going to leave that so that we can still have access to chop witches that end up in our system with this sword. Because as of right now, I don't really know of any ways to automated kill a witch other than maybe crushing them might work. But so after that, we're going to build all of these out. These lines should be 4 blocks long each, so we're just adding 3 blocks to each of them. And that will make us a nice 9x9 square once we fill all of this in. Now that we have done that, the next thing we are going to do is actually build up a 2 high wall around this thing. So we'll just go ahead and complete that real quick, and that will look something like this. Next thing we are going to do is actually put a block of water into each of the corners. If you are on survival, which I assume you are, this is how you make an infinite water source, just by those two right 1 block away from each other, and then the middle is an infinite water source. So I will go ahead and place 1 in every corner. If you do make an infinite water source, be sure to plug up your center over here, or else it will flood with water, and you'll have to fill it with blocks like I'm about to have to do. So I fill it up like that, break it out. It fixes everything, but it's kind of a pain, so maybe put a block on top if you are going to put an infinite water source in here first. So there we go. We got all four corners, one water source block in each, and you can see that they flow all directly to the center. No sign or anything needed. After that, we're going to go one block from either side and put 7 blocks like this. Doesn't matter which way you do this. Then these strips will each be 8 blocks long a piece, and then we will have a 2-high wall around it. But we'll start by making the 8-block long pad and 7-block wide pad. So that will be this right here. So that's one 8x7 pad, and we'll put the 2-high wall behind it, just like this. Then we can actually go ahead and do that for the other side as well. So 1 block from either side. We're going to go ahead and go out 7 blocks like this, make a 7-block wide platform, and that will be 8 blocks long. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then behind this, we're going to go ahead and put a 2-high wall, just like that. Next, we're going to go ahead and connect these across. It should be like 23 blocks from this block. So this block all the way to the same on the other side right there is 23. And then we will have a 2-high wall next to that, just like this. So this, you can guess it, this is going to be an 8-block long platform like this. And so we're going to go ahead and create that right now. So the next thing we are going to do is actually go over and build the rest of our 2-block high wall around this platform. So we're going to do that by continuing one of the extensions and even wrap it around the backside as well. So the next thing that we are going to do here is actually chuck in the water over on this platform right here, this 8x23 platform. So as I said, 2 blocks of one apart from each other makes an infinite water source in the middle for those of us that are new to playing Minecraft. And there we go. Get that all the way across, and then I'm sure you can guess it, we're about to do the same thing to the other side. So the next thing we have to do is put in our 7 water source blocks right here, where they will lead into our 9x9 area that we built previously. So with that all done, that is the water collection system completed. And just a reminder, mobs have to be 30 blocks away from you to spawn, so keep this thing where you will be 30 blocks away from it. Next, we are going to build up 7 blocks from the top of that tower right there, so we will count that in just 1 second to make sure that that is actually what I've got. But let's take a look here. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. that is perfect. That's what we want. So we're going to delete all of these blocks down here. This may be a little bit tricky to do in survival. You'll have to figure out some kind of crafty system to do if you are building it, or build some kind of temporary bridge. But that is it, and I will show you how to build the next part. Coming into the next section of our build, we should actually have something that looks something like this. This is our funnel system that we've just completed, and in this chest is what we'll need for every single layer that you want this to be. So that is 6 blocks of whatever your building material is, plus 54 bricks, so pretty much 7 blocks, 36 oak fence, and 16 half slabs, 2 stacks, almost 3 stacks of trap doors, 1 sticky piston, 1 redstone block, 4 dispensers, and a water bucket for each of those 4 dispensers. And as I just said, this will be the materials for each and every layer associated with this. So I will actually have the calculations for that per layer. Probably do it in easy layer increments at the end of the video. After that, we are going to put a block on top of this block we placed earlier, and that will be the center for our 3x3 platform that we're going to build right here. After that, that center block is actually able to be removed, and we can place our dispensers going around in a circle, something like that. After that, we are going to go 8 blocks from the dispenser, 7 and 8, and then just kind of stagger each layer just kind of like this. So it's going like that, and then it'll equal 8 blocks from each and every dispenser, so it'll look like this whenever you get it done, just like a large diamond. So we're going to do that to the rest of the sides real quick, and then I will show you what to do next. So, having completed that, that should equal 8 blocks from every single dispenser, and we have it. And so next we are going to actually build up, or we're going to put the water buckets into each of our dispensers, just like this. Don't forget to do that, or else you'll be really disappointed when you put your clock in and realize that you have no water in there. Next, we are going to take 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Break 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Then we are going to put a sticky piston facing down on that block with a redstone block on his face. And that is the electrical wiring done. That is the redstone done for that part. Next, we are going to encase this like a 3x3x3 cube. Just like this. Cool. Now that we finished that, we're going to mimic this diamond right here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just like that, and you will see that this lines up perfectly just like that. We're going to stagger it and do just like we did on the bottom layer right under it. And now that that is all completed, we are going to next go inside of our structure and start placing the trapdoors on the roof here. So we are going to place a trapdoor on every single block. As you will see later, you can probably omit the trapdoors above all of the fence posts and all of the half slabs. I've tested this a little bit, but I'm kind of afraid to because I ran into so many issues with spiders spawning. I mean, unbelievable. You guys wouldn't believe where these spiders were spawning at. But we're going to go ahead and cover the ceiling with all trapdoors in this. if you guys feel brave enough to test it out without the trapdoors above the fence posts, go ahead and let me know in the comments section what you find and if you think that it matters or if it doesn't. But I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and then I will be back. Alright, so now that we have finished putting the trapdoors in, which is a total pain in the backside if you didn't know by putting this in survival, we are going to start putting in the fence gates, or the fence posts, I'm sorry. So 1 block away from our dispenser wall, we're going to place 1, skip a block, 1, skip a block, 1, just like that. Then we'll go over to the side of this middle post, skip a block, and then the same thing like that. So you'll have 1 every other block with the way that we are setting up these fence posts like this. Just copy it the way that I am doing it right now precisely so that no spiders will spawn in there, and also so that you will get creepers to spawn in there. Whenever I did this with the same half slab setup, it was preventing creepers from spawning because they need more airspace to spawn. The fence post, they don't see it as a totally solid block, so it is giving them a lot more airspace in order to spawn. Next, we're going to take our half slabs and go ahead and just copy this, place 1 on the point, and then every other block. Right here, you'll have to skip 2 blocks, just like that, and then copy it on the other side so it matches up. It's not going to matter if you don't do it, but I am totally OCD, so I have to do it. And I have to make them all in a line and everything, or else it will drive me absolutely nuts. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there like that. But anyways, we will just put 1 just like that, finish the ring, and that is spider-proof. I will then show you how to start your next platform. It is the exact same process as the one before that. 4 dispensers in a circle. You build up your 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete the 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you place your upside down sticky piston, redstone block on its face, and make your 3x3 cube. Next, I'm going to go ahead and show you the fence placement and the half slab placement without a roof, just to kind of make your life a little bit easier. So that's going to be just like this. I wouldn't recommend putting this in before the roof because it makes your life way harder if you do that. But I'm going to show you guys so that you can for sure get the fence placement right. So just like that. Skipping a block, if they connect, you know that you did it wrong. If you land on the point, you probably did it wrong. All of that kind of stuff. So we'll see it just like this, and it is identical. You do a quarter of this thing and you know it's just rinse and repeat. Here we go, half slab time. I'm gonna make them totally in a line, so just by going like that, then I'm going off of the one across from it so that I can judge on where to place it. And here we go, just like that. And finish it up on this turn right here. And there we go. So I'm going to build a few more layers of this thing, and then I will actually be back to show you some more. But if we quickly actually test this, I will eject all of the water from the dispenser by doing that. And you can see that the water flows. Sometimes mobs do get caught up on the half slabs, but I have found that they do tend to move a block within the next time that the thing cycles, and that allows them to be rinsed out of the system. So next, I will show you guys how to build the next part. So I have went ahead and built 7 layers of this thing, and as per the usual, you can find all of my building materials are in my description. So by clicking on the little arrow next to the title of the video, you can see the description, see all the building materials you'll need for any of my redstone contraptions, any of my building videos. Without further ado, let's see what's in this chest to finish off this build. We are going to need 2 sticky pistons, 1 block of redstone, 2 hoppers, 2 redstone comparators, 1 observer block, 3 redstone dust, 2 circuit blocks of your choice, 2 stacks of any object. I choose to use seeds because probably everybody's got some seeds lying around, and we will also need 6 stacks of blocks plus 20 blocks. So there's all of that. Get all of that up, First thing we're going to do is actually create the roof for this. So that will be coming out 8 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we are going to build this just like all of our spawning platforms, except it will go just like this all the way around, be one large diamond that will roof over the entire structure. I'm going to get that done, and then I will be right back to you guys. So now that we've got that all done, the next thing we are going to do is install our clock. And as you can see, it's all super dark down there. The clock we are going to be using is an ethos style clock. But the first thing we are going to need to do is place 2 blocks above this piston, break out the 1 block at the bottom. And you might need to dig 2 blocks down. Yeah, we're going to need to dig 2 blocks down and place the observer right there. As you can see, water has begun to flow down in the sections. We'll go ahead and fill all that back in and begin building our hopper timer. Next, we are going to place a block, hopper running into that block, hopper running into that hopper, so we have 2 hoppers running back and forth into one another. Place a comparator running out of bolt each hopper with, I put 2 blocks and then a piston on that block, remove the 1 temporary block, just like that. So 2 blocks, piston, remove the temporary, and then redstone goes on top of each of these circuit blocks right here. And believe it or not, that is most done. You just need to throw a redstone block right here, and put your items in to start the timer. So put 2 stacks of items in. For some reason that second stack did not go in and I didn't realize it. But then place your redstone right there, and that is everything all completed. So as we can see, every single time that that redstone receives an update, we will change the status of our water from on to off to on, so on and so forth. So let's take a look. Right there you can see all the water's now off, allowing mobs to spawn over here. If we go ahead and come over here and disable this spawner right here, the way I'm going to disable it is just by go ahead and remove its observer block, and then it's actually got no water in there, so I'm going to power this, and that will put all the water back onto it. That way this one's totally disabled, can free up all the mobs that may be jarred in there. Like I said, you can do this with a bow and arrow if you want to in your survival world, but the mobs will walk out of there. They will move a block or 2 away on the next spawn cycle, or the next flush cycle, and as you can see, we get a pretty decent amount of gunpowder from this thing. Do get witches, though. I don't know why. I've looked into it. Witches are like 1.95 blocks tall, and trapdoors should make it to where witches don't spawn, but they still do. I don't know why. But that is actually everything totally completed, totally done. And yeah, all we have to do now is wait for some creepers to spawn in it, any kind of mobs to spawn in, and that will be it. And right there, we've got some creepers spawning in this thing. We got one on the top, one on the second. There may be 1 or 2 more in there. I don't know. I just did a quick test run. Yeah, we got 3 creepers in there right there that I can see. They all get flushed out of the system pretty easily. You can see this guy right here is dancing on there, but I think that I've got this enough. Yep, he gets flushed right out. They all go down and into our little collection kill chamber right here. They all get burned to death by that magma block, and all their items should be being collected by this chest right here, which they are. So there we go. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is all there is to it for this easy creeper farm right here. Well, may not be so easy. Quite expensive, quite time-consuming, but I promise you, you have this thing 30 blocks away from you and you're AFKing, you will get tons and tons of gunpowder. Just be prepared to unclog the witch every now and again. Thank you so much for watching. If you didn't like this or find it useful, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment. This has been Rob's Mind.